Ooh-wee. My ninjas. I hope y'all are doing good today. As you can see from the title of this video, I'm talking about belief. Now, there are a few people that have already talked about belief, obviously, and actually a few of them I would recommend for sure, like Myron Golden has a few videos on belief. Brandon Carter has a few videos. Bob Proctor, my guy Carl Runefelt has some good videos, and even like one of my mentors, Soul Immortal, and even my trading mentor, Chris, has talked a lot about belief, like having the mindset of belief, and or really you're having either a money conscious or a success consciousness, which also relies on belief. So a little bit about me. I am 27. I was born August 27th, 1997. That makes me a Virgo. Now, I'm not a big astrology guy, but at the same time, I have recognized patterns in the past with signs and stuff like that. And one of the things about me that I feel like is true that about the Virgo is I'm very thorough, and I'm also a bit of a perfectionist. So I just want to be the best version of myself possible. That's part of what this channel is about, because I'm in the trenches currently trying to become successful, and I know there's other people around my age group seeing the younger guys win and just have been wanting success for a while and ready to really go hard. So that being said, I've been a perfectionist in the past almost to a fault, because not only do I believe, I've always been the type of person to see somebody else successful and be like, hey man, if they can do that, I can do that. So I believe that I can be successful. But I also believe that my fellow ninjas or my brothers, people that I encounter, really everybody has a gift of some sort of talent, some sort of light that they were born with that's unique to them, that they could share with the world to make the world a better place. And it really kind of boils down to if you believe it or not. But the reason I say a fault is because in the past, I've almost believed in some of my friends more than they believe in themselves. And I'm like, I guess trying to push them to be on a self-improvement journey with me, and they're just kind of, I had one friend call me like a robot. But anyway, I digress. The point that leads into me just talking about beliefs. I believe that beliefs in general are one of your mental superpowers, and you're either believing in something that's serving you or you're believing in something that's hindering you. But either way, um, what you believe is very connected to where your vibration is, and then we'll get into that later. But that ultimately is what controls and creates your life, and everything happening in your life right now is kind of like an after effect of you doing that over the course of time. But anyway, so of course we've heard stuff about belief in the past, but I do want to sprinkle a few new things, or rather things, I guess my perspective on it, as well as things that you probably have already heard. So one thing that I found that was interesting that Brandon Carter actually mentioned was that belief does affect you on a biological level. So of course, if you check out his video, you'll see more about that. But he talks about a study that was done. I think it was called like the um, mind over milkshake. And and again, if you watch his video, he goes a little bit more thoroughly through it. But it's basically a study where it showed on a biological level that whatever you're believing about something can affect you. They had two people take the same, drink the same milkshake, but they told one person that it would affect them in one way, and it told the other people that it would affect them in a different way. And after they studied their hormones and stuff after drinking the shake, they had different effects according to whatever they were thinking about the shake before they drank it. And it was the same shake, like it had the same calories, and they were affected two different ways. So um, yeah, that's, that alone is is a indicator or insight into what I'm talking about, um, what you believe. And then also he talked about, which is something that I believe as well, just kind of even having the thought of like, oh, I don't get sick. Like I very rarely get sick. But I kind of like tell myself that, and I feel like that may be a part of the reason why I don't get sick as much. Whereas people who I've seen in the past who have done the opposite have seen, you know, those results show up in their life. Also, I did want to say something. So I am a Christian. This is not to try to shove the Bible down anybody's throat or anything like that, but I believe that we are all children of God, and I believe that we were made in His image, and part of our superpower, part of our abilities as humans, is to create whatever it is that we think about. Everything physical right now started so the device you're watching this video on, the couch I'm sitting on, the table this phone is sitting on, everything started as an idea in somebody's mind, and that all starts with really belief. Um, this will be the topic of another video, but really in general, I believe that life is like 50% physical, like what we can see in our surroundings, and then 50% spiritual, like things we cannot see, just like gravity, just kind of like germs, just kind of like the ether, which is like the space between the spiritual and the physical, the space where like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, things like that, even my ability to again broadcast this video and you can watch this from any point in time, anywhere in the world. Um, yeah, so there's, I think that once you understand, because I'll go over this in another video, but once you understand that, life is not just what we see, it's also a lot to do with our minds and the ether, then you'll understand how important belief is. I think even Albert Einstein said something about how everything in life is frequency. And if you match the frequency of whatever life you want, then you'll be able to achieve that. And he said that that's not, philosophy or anything, that's physics. So I don't want to ramble too much, but I just think it's important to understand that, negative beliefs, which a lot of people have, will really hinder you and really keep you behind. So even when like I talk to certain friends, right, about like successful entrepreneurs that I watch or I follow, like the first thing that'll come to their mind is like, oh well, like these guys were like born with money or something. It's always some like limitation, like almost as if like almost to say, I don't know, they got lucky in some type of way, so that's why I can't even hope to do something like that because they just got lucky, so they're just. And it's like, no, bro, like if they could do it, you could do it too. Most of the people that I follow, um, like again, Carl Runefelt, um, like a Brez Scales, John Mark Stevenson, um, Ralph Vargas, Nair Price, Andre Diaz, Azarel Cobos. There's a lot of people who are doing very well for themselves, like either multimillionaires or making what I made last year, like each month. And these are like young dudes, and they are like all doing very different things. Like Samuel Anua, them, um, they're all doing different things, and just to believe that everything's a scam and everything is fake. I don't know. That's just really like negative. mindset, limiting mindset. So in closing, man, what two of my mentors said is, as far as like the law of attraction, the secret, it said what that didn't hit on, the point it didn't hit on is the massive action. So it's not just about believing, you have to also be prepared and willing to sacrifice and make massive actions. Sometimes it's about what you have to do and things you have to no longer do. um, but yeah, man, that's it for right now. I just really wanted to kind of briefly touch on that, the importance of belief and how it's really kind of the starting point and very necessary for you to be able to achieve anything, because it's all achievable in 2025. So I'll see y'all on the next video, and thank you for watching.